found out I was adopted, so I came to Los Angeles. Found my real family.
This project is a TNT limited series. I always want to say mini-series because I was born in the 70s, but limited series.
Yeah.
That's a true crime story.
You know, the story starts with Fauna Hodel, who grew up very poor outside of Reno, Nevada, and it's a young woman who set out to find out who she was and found out the worst things are true. Basically.
Which somehow like leads into the Black Dahlia case as
It
well.
all comes into, you know, Hollywood and LA and all those crazy things.
Now, you guys knew the subject? You knew Fauna?
Yeah, I met her 10 years ago, and a mutual friend said, you've got to meet this woman and hear her story. You know, people do that all the time, and you think, okay, cool, let me hear your story. When she started to tell me, I was like, jaw agape. I'd never ever heard a story like this, and I couldn't believe that it wasn't a super famous, well-known story, even how it led into some of the biggest mysteries of Hollywood. Every time I had ever looked at Approach to the Black Dahlia before, in people's versions, I was like, oh yeah, maybe. This time I was like, bing, bing, bing. Oh my God. That makes perfect sense why that body was positioned that way and treated that way and all of those things.
Let me ask you about playing somebody in real life. Intimidating?
Yeah, of course, it's definitely daunting. I mean, luckily the two of them and really just the entire group in general, everyone was very encouraging. So any pressure that I felt and any kind of intimidation that I felt, it was all self-imposed. It was mainly from me.
Listen there, I just want to talk to you for a second.
What was it like working with Captain Kirk himself?
He was wonderful to work with. I think, you know, there's so much more to him than what people initially see. They're like, oh, it's a movie star, which he very much is. And he has so much charisma and he's wonderful. But there's a lot of, you know, layers with him. There's a lot more to him as a person. I think that's what makes him unique to watch.
Who are you?
I'm a reporter.
I'm nobody.
You sure about that?
Now you guys are a couple. How fun is it to work together, even if the material doesn't lend to itself to like, yeah, we're having a blast telling a story about murder?
I think it's super fun. You wrote the book on writing with your friends and the people in your life. And so for me, we're working together all the time anyway. We both live together and we're both writing and we're both, you know, showing each other our things all the time. But actually getting to legitimately be on the road together and making on set together and all of that was awesome.
Yeah, and I get to work with the greatest, you know, filmmaker of our era. So
No
that
doubt.
helps. That's
no
good for me.
doubt. When does it air? When do we get to watch it? TNT?
Monday.